Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Buppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters. And obviously it's going to be 1v1, so I don't know why I would even think about mentioning that. But yeah, I don't know. Daily Masters. I don't know if there's really any Daily Masters which aren't 1v1 that are really out there in terms of tournaments and stuff. Not really. So yeah. And I don't think team leagues really count as not being... Whatever, moving on. Let's introduce the players. We've got a PvZ for you today. Is going to be Daisy up the top left side of the map. Daisy is 22 years of age. He comes from South Korea and he played for Western Wolves at the time of this cast, but he has since moved on to Wei Spider. Wei, W-A-Y-I, Spider. I'm not sure how you spell that. Oh, well, I know how to spell it. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. So, Wei Spider, or yeah, I don't know. Wei Spider if the I is silent. But his opponent is going to be Snute. He's 23 years of age. He hails from Norway and he plays for Team Liquid, which, as well as being one of the best teams in the entire world, is extremely easy to pronounce. It's just Team Liquid. That's it. Done. Moving on to the important things, which is this game going on. So looks like Snute is going to get the early scout off, the Overlord going in the correct direction, so very nice job for him. I don't know if this is just me or if it's an actual thing, but it seems like most of the games I see are up and down instead of left and right on this map. I don't think that's done purposely. Maybe it's just the games I've been casting, but yeah, I don't know. So anyway, we do have probably the first Stalker going to be coming out for Daisy right here. You've got to be thinking about taking out that Overlord soon. Maybe saving up the gas for something else, actually. A fast Robo, fast Templar Archive, something like that. He's obviously saving up his minerals for the expansion, which is why he can build anything else. But here comes the Mothership Core, and Snute, meanwhile, going for a third base, which is going to get scouted straight away by Daisy. And I just swallowed something that I probably shouldn't, but yes, let's not talk about that too much anymore. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about what's going on. I need a drink. Be back in a sec. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Alright, beautiful stuff. This probe is being quite annoying. Oh no, sorry, that's not a probe, that's a Zealot, man. That's an entirely different type of annoying. I think the Queen has it though, although that Zealot doing a ton of damage. When it gets up close, it really does a lot, and the Queen just trying to buy time. The Zealot thinking about trying to save its own skin, just manages to do it. Although 22 health, not too bad. Got a pylon here, and Snute has not seen that pylon. I think we've got more important stuff here. The Ling manages to kill the Zealot. That's nuts. The Queen is going to go down to Mothership Core fire right here, and Mothership Core usually would have no choice to get chance against a Queen, but that Queen was very, very softened up. You got a probe on the other side as well. So, I don't know, maybe they're going to have some sort of laser array set up over there and use it as some sort of boosting station. I don't know, but these guys... Is this one actually... I think this one's higher up, slightly higher. And look at these friggin' spikes, man. You would not like to fall off that cliff. I know the spikes aren't facing up, but you got rocks down there, you got lava. It's very, very messed up, and if that was that Zealot, man, I would just be punting that that probe right over the edge onto the rocks, or maybe onto the other side. Maybe this is like they're gonna put a laser between them and they're gonna do like hang gliding or whatever that thing is where you get the rope and you put the little bar thing on it and sort of just zoom down it. I have no idea what that thing is called, but it looks like Daisy going very, very aggressive here, and Snute, unfortunately for him, has basically just got Lings. He hasn't got into Roach Tech at the moment. No Roach Tech at all. He's basically in full-on macro mode at the moment, trying to buy himself some time here. I don't think he can wait for mutas at this time. He does not have a lair. You know, he doesn't seem to be building a lair at the moment, so no, he's got mutas are nowhere near. He has to build like a fast Roach Warren or something here, otherwise he's just going to get overwhelmed by Zealots. He cannot throw Lings at this many Zealots. It's a stupid idea, and yeah, look at this. The Time Warp as well is going to be horrible, horrible, and Daisy just going nuts here. I mean, if Snute went for some fast Roaches when he first saw some Zealots, he might be able to start getting some Roaches out now. maybe, and roaches would really do well against these zealots. He's going for a roach horror now. Maybe too little too late though. He's going to lose this base, and I don't like the chances for his next base as well. It just took too long to get that roach warren out, and we will see exactly how this goes though. The Lings are doing a lot of harassment, forcing the zealots to protect this pylon a lot more often than they would otherwise like. This pylon is going down, that one's going down. I wonder if you can actually warp on that cliff in that pylon. I would not be surprised at all, but Snute going for a third base over here, getting his macro back up, and now he just needs time, and Daisy right now is giving him time. He's moving in now, but he's sort of jittering around a little bit. He's not being really pushing as hard as he possibly could, but he's thinking about it now, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing that Snute can do right here. He's actually gonna try for it. I don't know if this is gonna work out well for him right here. And there's just too many zealots, just way too many zealots. I mean, Lings can surround zealots and take them out after a while, but there's just too many. Although the Queen DPS cannot be discounted, and the zealot numbers really have just gone absolutely down to the ground. So it was a nice play, but it was a nice play that basically relied on the Zerg player staying on Lings for the largest amount of time. You're trying to catch out the Zerg player because, I mean, you probably know a lot of Zerg players. They like to go for the fast 3 bases, and they like to drone up and then choose their tech a little bit later down the line. And that zealot attack was definitely trying to just take advantage of the fact that Snute was just going to have a bunch of Lings and not much else at that particular point of the game. And it did a really good job. But Daisy didn't quite push it hard enough, and when he did, it was a little bit too late. It's a little bit too late, and Roaches managed to get out and finish it off. I mean, if he did it a couple minutes before, there would have been a little bit less Lings. Or maybe even just a minute before, like 30 seconds before, would have been less Lings. The Roaches would have been that much further behind, and he could have dealt a serious amount of worker damage. He could have taken out 10 workers maybe, something like that. And 10 workers is not a small amount of workers to be taken out. Of course, now he has to start dealing with the bloody mothership core, which is Roaches. I mean, the Roaches were never going to be good versus that. So here we go. Daisy going on the defensive with no less than 5 sentries watching this. So obviously he is very scared of a Roach bust. And yeah, Roach is feeling like he needs to be able to force field off this entire area if he needs to, if the Roaches start going in. And the Roaches do look like they're thinking about going in for the bust. And here we go. We're going to be seeing a couple of stuff going on. Daisy has his first Immortal. That is going to be huge right here. The Roaches are just going to get shredded. Unless Daisy does something stupid like leaving his Immortal exposed, it's going to be a horrible position for Snute to be in, trying to knock that gate down. But he's going for the Hydras right now. Exactly what he needs to do. And now Daisy has to start thinking about end game tech to deal with the Hydras, because nothing he's able to produce right now is going to give him any sort of advantage against the Hydras. Maybe Zealot legs, but even then he still has to get great positioning on the Hydras. And with so many Roaches and so many Lings still on the map, it's going to be very difficult. Blink maybe, I don't know, Blink Stalkers versus Hydras is kind of dicey. It helps if you get the weapons upgrades really pushed up. Like, we have seen a couple of cases where Stalkers with 3 attack and 0 armor have actually traded pretty favorably with a large Hydra army, simply because the Protoss, man, their weapon upgrades give them extra 2 attack. Whereas the Hydras, I think they only get an extra 1 attack off the top of my head. I'm not 100% sure, but the Stalkers definitely get 2. I can't be sure about the Hydras though. And here we go, trying to trap some. They're just getting a few Lings there, not really a lot. And the Force Fields are going to help out quite a bit. But as soon as the Hydras get in range, that is going to be a lot of damage. The Mothership Core going down in about 2 seconds flat. And Snute struggling to find a good spot to engage this army, and meanwhile the army just gets closer and closer and closer. Does not want to get split up though. Starting to get split up, but does not want to, and a couple of forces there getting wiped out. But the majority of Snute's Hydra army still keeping it going, but Snute does have to commit at some point to taking out this army. Manages to snipe 3 sentries, 2 sentries, there we go. The 3rd one goes down, the 4th one goes down, the 5th one goes down. There's only 1 more sentry, and that is going to give Snute a lot more opportunities, but he's lost a lot more Hydras. And the Stalker, the Blink Micro from Daisy is quite exceptional here. The Hydras have no upgrades. The Stalkers do have one weapon. This is what I'm talking about. The Protoss get the weapons, and the weapons just make so much difference. And the Immortal almost dead, but still going. And suddenly it's been turned around here. Just the constant Blink Micro of the Stalkers, the constant force fields are just stopping Snute from getting the best attacks. He never got the perfect concave. He never got all his forces engaging at once. It was just sort of bits and pieces and blah blah blah, whereas Daisy was making the absolute best of it. And now I think there's not much that Snute can really do about this. He managed to get a group of Hydras out here with no sentry support. The Hydras are going to be able to do a lot of damage, but a Blink coming in, he's going to be able to put all of his DPS on the Hydras. And those Hydras still managed to take out like 6 or 7 Stalkers, which is quite impressive considering how many Stalkers they're facing. And that's the pure power of Hydras versus just straight up Zealot Stalkers, man. They really shred them, but when you've got 20 Stalkers versus 7 Hydras, nothing is going to save you at that point. Maybe if you kept them on the high ground. I don't know if Daisy actually had high ground vision at that point. I really don't. We can have a look there though. We'll just speed this up a little bit. No high ground, so he may be able to have put up here and just really shredded him, and that could have forced a retreat, or it could have just forced him to go up the top side here and just smash the hatchery up there. So it probably wouldn't have helped too much. But you can see the Stalkers, man, they really do go fast. Bit of Blink Micro, but even here, look at this. One goes down, another one just about to go down, third one getting close, fourth one goes down. They're really, the Stalkers go down very fast to Hydra fire, but you need a concerted concave, and you need to have approximately equal numbers. And yeah, maybe the Hydras could be a little bit less and still win, but yeah, the upgrades were not favoring Snute at all. And the force fields, man, just really drove him down. He could not get the positioning he wanted up at defending this third base, and he held out. He went into a lot more situations that you normally wouldn't get to. He attacked in that bad situation when there was force fields everywhere. He still tried to commit, and the reason he tried to commit was because he was defending his third base. He knew he could not back off and just let the third base go down. But it was a bad position for him to be in, for his Hydras to be attacking the Protoss army. So he was screwed both ways. But anyway, that has been our Daily Masters for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be catching you tomorrow for another one. So stay tuned for that. This has been Harry Muppet, and I hope you enjoyed this game.